everyone, thanks so much for joining me. In this video, I just want to talk about the question I get now and then, and that's, am I doing it right? Am I doing this pose correctly, the right way? And it's one of those sort of tricky questions because, well, we all want to know if we're doing something right? But the question is really for ourselves rather than for a teacher to be able to really effectively answer. So I can look at a pose and go, okay, you know what, here's how I think you could find more length and space and strength. But how does it feel in your body? So it's kind of the way we interact with posture, with other people's posture. So if somebody comes up to us, I just want to kind of show, or maybe even if we just take it into a yoga pose, and just from the outside, we look at somebody's pose and it looks like this. This has an energy of struggle versus this, which might seem, more limited. You might wonder, well, why aren't they reaching forward? But there's nothing visibly wrong with this. Whereas you take that same posture, but you change it to this. Sure, the person's reaching forward, but does it look comfortable? Does it look like they can breathe easier? Does it look like they're harnessing strength, power, length, all those things that we're trying to create in our practice? So in every single pose, I'm looking around at the class and trying to assist students in their awareness of length. I'm so unattached to whatever, the so-called full expression of the pose is, if on their way to that full expression of the pose, they're losing all the length, space, access to their strength, all that. I think, well, we're losing the absolute intention of the practice, because when you leave a yoga class or when you end your yoga practice, you want to feel stretched out and open and expansive and freed up. So throughout every pose, throughout every single breath, when we're trying to imagine, are we doing it right? I think those questions need to be brought internally. Okay, and ask ourselves, rather than, am I doing it right? Ask, do I feel lengthened? Do I feel spacious? Even if I feel tired, do I feel a sense of ease? So a pose can be really challenging and really difficult, and at the same time, it shouldn't stop our breath. It shouldn't hinder the flow of our breath. We should feel just this, that our awareness and our ability to search inward expands, because with every single breath, we're creating more length and space. So I am totally, I relate to that question so much. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? I was very focused on grades, right? And doing, getting all A's, right? So we want an A, okay? But we get an A for showing up on the mat, for coming into our practice every single time, okay? So regardless, I feel like my curly hairs are dropping out, but regardless of whether or not we feel we succeed, in this image of whatever the pose is supposed to look like, we're doing it right by showing up on the mat. We're doing it right by bringing our awareness within, by seeking length and space and feeling better at the end of our practice, on a physically, mentally, emotionally, than we did at the very beginning. So are we doing it right? Yes, every single time, okay? And all we need to do is keep practicing, keep searching. We're never done until the big D, right? We're never done. So this is always, every time we show up, every time we breathe, okay, we wake up, it's an opportunity for more practice, more awareness, more length. So we're always doing it right. You're always doing it right. So I hope that this is helpful and that you have a wonderful day. Namaste.